her first day as a tutor. She got into a slapping match with her employer's child. The girl had her own seat but insisted on grabbing food around the dining table. Her family had grown accustomed to this behavior, but the new tutor was determined to break her of this bad habit. When the girl reached into her plate, the teacher grabbed her wrist firmly and warned her not to grab food.
Helen is used to helping herself from our plates. I'm afraid I'm not used to it.
The girl's father was displeased with the teacher's attitude. He felt his daughter was already pitiful enough, not only deaf and mute, but also blind. The teacher shouldn't make things harder for her over such trivial matters.
I must insist that you let the girl go.
The teacher had no choice but to let go. Emboldened, the girl soon reached for the teacher's plate again. After being refused once more, she actually lay down and threw a tantrum.
Please show some pity.
For this kind of behavior. Pity's the one thing she doesn't need. The whole house waits on her hand and foot.
The teacher could no longer tolerate it. She angrily scolded the girl's parents. It's precisely your unprincipled indulgence and coddling that made her this way. To correct Helen's terrible table manners, the teacher asked everyone to leave the dining room and locked the door. When the girl grabbed food with her hands again, the teacher immediately moved the plate away. Having never been treated this way in her entire life, the girl threw herself on the floor again, trying to vent her frustration this way, but the teacher paid no attention and calmly enjoyed her breakfast. Seeing that her tantrum was useless, Helen angrily pinched the teacher's thigh and seized the opportunity to grab food from the table, only to be firmly stopped by the teacher again. To her surprise, the furious Helen raised her hand and slapped the teacher hard. What she didn't expect was that the teacher slapped her right back. The girl froze, then gave the teacher an even harder slap, and the teacher hit back just as hard. Back and forth they went in fierce confrontation, slaps echoing continuously in the dining room. This standoff lasted a full half hour. Finally, the girl realized this woman was not to be messed with, and could only storm off to find her mother. But after feeling around, she found every seat empty, and even the door was locked from the inside. She panicked immediately. She pounded frantically on the door, making muffled, unintelligible cries. The commotion inside worried the mother outside, but the teacher didn't let the girl have her way. Instead, she carried her back to her seat and tried to teach her the proper way to eat. The girl refused to comply, attempting to escape repeatedly, but was carried back each time by the teacher. The rebellious girl simply climbed onto the dining table. Blind, she struggled on the table, unable to hide her fear and helplessness. The teacher beside her was equally nervous. She quietly moved a chair away, ready to catch the girl if she fell. Fortunately, when she backed to the edge of the table, the girl fell right into the teacher's arms. The exhausted teacher then carried Helen back to her seat, filled a plate for her, and handed it over. The girl thought the teacher had finally given in, and immediately reached to grab the food again. Unexpectedly, she was stopped once more, and had a spoon forcibly placed in her hand. The angry girl threw the spoon on the floor, but to her surprise, the teacher took her to where the spoon was, and made her pick it up herself. The girl was so angry she pounded the table, while the teacher brought out a whole pile of spoons. Every time the girl threw one, she'd hand her another. After countless rounds of struggle, standoff, and fierce resistance, the teacher finally